Good morning, good morning, good morning. It is exactly 7:30 a.m. It is exactly 7:30 a.m. and I'm so excited to be with you on this beautiful Wednesday morning, day day six, day six of the 15 days of push. I'm gonna let you get about a minute in of this song. Good morning, Sister Nisi. How are you? Good morning, Shatori. How are you? Good morning, Vicky. How are you?
My heart to you.
I would sing for y'all this morning, but I don't think it's.
Right. That's not my strong.
I don't want y'all. I don't want y'all to get off the live too early.
I can hum real good.
But when you know that he knows your name,
you can proceed
in his presence, huh? We are about to start, but I wanted to, Mia wanted to, Manishka wanted to share this song with you guys on this morning, Good morning. If you know that he knows your name,
you won't stay still.
I know you can. I'm going. So if you don't know, this song is by Tasha Cobb Leonard, and you're more than welcome to go and search it. It is called "You Know My Name." Just a great song to sit in his presence with, and that's what we're doing right now. Okay, I'm gonna cut it because I don't want you humming it.
Right, we're gonna just go on a whole different direction.
Good morning, everybody. It is exactly 7:32 in the morning, and yes, we are back on with our 15 days of Push with Purpose series. We have entered into day 6, and as I told you, I will have some special guests sitting on this platform with me, sharing their thought of the word that they were given. I'm so excited to have my sister, my supervisor, my friend, all of the above, Miss Manishka St. Tia, better known, always known, will always be known as Mia to me. Mia. And it's so funny. I have a big sister named Mia, and then I have a little sister named Mia. So
right. But I tell her all the time, I'm older, so
right. So we're excited to have you guys join us. It is day 6 and you have pushed your way up this morning. Some of you are on your way to work, or some of you are just ready for the word. If you missed yesterday's word was very powerful. We've had a few people inbox us regarding that word, and it changed our lives forever on yesterday. It changed our lives forever on yesterday. And yesterday's word was talking about planning. It talked about planning. And then today word, good morning, Kamisha. Good morning, Danette. And now this word that we have today goes right with planning. So again, day 1 was push. Day 2 was prayer. Day 3 was praise. I got to remember all these. Day 4 was positive and positivity. Day 5 was plan. And then today, drum roll, please. Day 6 word is proceed. You got to proceed. You got to keep moving forward. And again, as I mentioned, I have my sister and friend, Manishka St. Tia. family and marriage therapist, right?
Marriage. Well, I think
Marriage and
marriage
family therapist. Okay,
practice this.
she'll discuss that later. I just want to make sure I properly introduce her. She will correct me and give you all the details about her business, where you can follow her. But we're gonna jump right in. We're gonna jump right in. Day 6 word is
Good.
proceed. Miss,
Proceed.
the floor is yours.
Proceed. So I am so, honored to be here because anytime I have an opportunity to serve, because this is part of, our servitude of giving and pouring into the lives of each other. I am a marriage and family therapist.
You
And
are.
basically what that means, and people often say is like, oh, I'm not married, so can I come and see you? I said, but you are part of a family. So
Mhm.
everyone is part of a family unit. And, the whole point is just to help people see a clear path forward,
Okay.
so helping them proceed because, sometimes we get stuck in life. And it's
Mhm.
not that you're stuck because you just don't want to move forward. You're
Mhm.
stuck because there may be some things in the way. So it is very important for you to acknowledge and see when that is happening and kind of, with the guidance of your father, because, we always go to God first.
Mhm.
I am just, a representation of, his servants and providing the assistance that you need. So make sure you think about where are you now and where you need to go. So I'm going to go right into the word proceed.
Okay.
So I looked it up because I have that education background. So everything for me is making sure I clarify the word. And so there are multiple definitions, and so
It
we're gonna
is
go.
because I did the same thing. So let's see what if we wrote down some of the same ones.
Okay, so proceed is to begin or continue a course of activity, right? Begin or continue a course of activity. Moving forward, especially after reaching a certain point. Okay. To do something as natural or seemingly inevitable next step. And,
Mm.
but simply put, it's about going particularly forward after there's been an interruption, i.e., COVID-19.
Mm.
So we are in the process of now moving forward. A lot of places are now lifting, the stay-at-home orders. We are starting to go back out there. And so we've had a lot of time to kind of contemplate and pray, praise, So now that we are in this stage of proceeding, moving forward, it is time to stay the course. The interruption is still here, but it's sort of, dying down. But make sure that you are simply keep it going. But in order for you to move forward, you have to have faith. Nothing happens without faith because you are going to a destination. And I always put a full disclosure with my clients. I was like, do you believe? Because we have to pray, or I'll tell them like, I am a believer. So therefore, a lot of what we're going to talk about is going to be centered around the word of God. And a lot of what I bring to the table are from my foundation of being raised, as a Christian. So, you have to have faith in order to go forward because oftentimes, because you don't know what's coming ahead, you cannot see the future. But you have to know that you have to have enough faith to believe that whatever is coming after this is going to be it's going to send you, it's going to propel you into your purpose. So I use this in this example because I'm demonstrative, because if I could get up right now and move around and demonstrate, I would be over here demonstrating. But I tell my clients, imagine this. There's 3 parts, there's 3 series of you, right? You have the old you, the you from the past, that oftentimes, and people don't realize when we overthink, we over memorialize, or we thinking about the past all the time, that brings on depression. Okay. Are constantly reminiscing about the past and all you remember. There's no problem with this, memories and saying this is what I remember when this happened. And this was, you hear a song and it brings you back to a certain time. But when you are overly analyzing the past, obsessed with the past, it brings on a state of depression because you are consumed with the past. So you have to be very cognizant of how long you stay in the past. You can visit the past, you can check in on the past, but do not stay there, because a lot of people like to think about old time was better then, or it was a lot simpler and I was able to do this and I was able to do that. No, you can just glance at the past. I tell them to look back, and I say, you can't keep looking back trying to figure out what you need to do to go forward while you're looking backwards. And so then you have your present self.
You can't look back and walk forward.
Right. Because you will definitely run into something. So you constantly doing this and you trying to walk forward. You can't do that. And then you have your present self. So there's 3 stages of you. Person in the past that's back there, and then you standing in the middle, which is where you are now. That's that interruption, that pause where we all felt like the whole world shut down. Everybody was just out of place, and we didn't know what to do because we didn't know what tomorrow was gonna, what they was gonna tell us on the news tomorrow. And everybody was just getting over consumed with the future. But this is you right now in the present, stuck, because you're like, I don't want to go forward. I can't plan for the future. I don't know what tomorrow is going to bring. And so you literally spend most of your time just, sometimes we stay so still we don't move, because sometimes I always say, like, people, we use certain scriptures to kind of make it applicable for us to be comfortable. And it was like, well, God told me to stay still. Are you doing it out of fear because you're afraid that you're not ready for what's about to come, or you're not ready to move forward? So you create this structure and this comfort around where you are, so as to give you a reason not to move forward, because you're comfortable where you are. You're looking back and you're standing still and you haven't done any movement. And then we talk about your future self who is up there saying, do you want to meet me? Do you understand that where we're about to go, you've never been before? So therefore, you are only afraid because you don't know what is ahead of you. So I'm asking you, this is your future self looking back at you, standing still, like, I need you to come forward. I need you to meet this destiny. I need you to understand that what God has for you, it's up here. It's not back there, and it's not where you're standing still. So please trust me, believe in me. You gave the benefit of the doubt to the person in the past because you kept looking back and you want to be her so bad, but you can't be her anymore. You can't be him anymore. You don't exist within that context anymore. Your life is not her anymore. Everything that she had to do back there had to bring you up here. So you can never be her again. So make sure you understand, you got to let her go. Thank you. You did a great job, Mia, back there. You brought me to this point, but I need to meet the future Mia, the Mia that's going to stand on the stages and talk.
I need to
proceed. And then I always like to, we were talking about this yesterday, because there's this song that has to keep playing in your head and you have to hear it. And it's like, shall I proceed?
Yes, indeed.
You got to keep moving forward, because sometimes we need that somebody to reaffirm us and tell us that it's going to be okay. But you have to believe that what God has placed in you, what you know to be right, that is going to propel you to the future. So I even went even further and broke down PROCEED. I created my acronym because, in the school board, we love acronyms.
Listen, not just in the school board. My mama loved acronyms.
Yes, in churches too. Right. So I said, in order for you to proceed.
Wait. So if you are taking notes, grab your notepad and your pen, because I am taking my notes.
Right. So
if you can't take notes right now, come back and watch this video because it will be saved. So she is getting ready to give us the acronyms of the word PROCEED. Go ahead.
PROCEED. And it's not necessarily acronym. I think it's more of me just breaking it down to say what each word for me means. Within that is that while you are proceeding, you must exercise some patience, right? Because P is for patience. P is for patience, right? Because you have to exercise some patience to understand that right now you're going to start moving forward, but you have to be patient for what is going to come, right? The second word I said is R for recovery. Recovery. Take time while we are in this process of moving forward to realize what you had to recover, what you had to focus on. So you had an opportunity to recover.
Shout out to the 31 days of because recover was one of our days last year. Go ahead.
Then you have to remain open. O is for open. Open for what is going to come in the future. You have to remain open, leave all the windows open, your friend line open, keep yourself open to the possibilities of what is to come. Then you have to be C for confident. Know that whatever direction that you're going in, that you have what it takes. You are enough to proceed forward. You are enough to keep putting one foot in front of the other. You really don't need anybody to tell you that you're going to be great, because God already sealed that deal when he created you. So make sure that you are confident in moving forward and proceeding, putting one step in front of the other. Then come with an expectation that when you get there, somebody is going to already know you were coming. They were prepared for you. He makes a way. So have an expectation of what's going to happen once you get to your destiny. Then you have to, sometimes I can't even read my own handwriting. You have to be excited. You have to be excited. That's the the other E in proceed. Be excited on this journey. Make sure you keep, positive people around, people that are going to keep you uplifted, people that are going to celebrate you, people that are always going to remind you that you have to keep moving forward, that you have to proceed on this path. Don't look backwards and don't stand still. So make sure you are surrounded and stay excited. And then you'll reach your destiny. D is for destiny. You will get to your destiny. So make sure you continue to stay focused. Make sure that you don't stand still. Make sure that you're not keep looking back so that you can't move forward. And so it brings me to, my favorite part, and I'm just going to reference this briefly, is, my favorite story in the Bible is when the children of Israel left Egypt. I love that story because it gives us such a reminder of those three phases, right? Where we were in Egypt, you have a level of comfort. It wasn't what you wanted. It wasn't the best situation, but you knew what to expect. You had a level of comfort. And then when it was time to leave, everybody wasn't ready to go. Everybody was afraid. They had to proceed. They had to keep going forward. They couldn't look back. They couldn't look back. They had to continue to push forward. You can't look back. And so that procession into the wilderness, all of the people that got into the wilderness, they didn't necessarily ever leave. Everybody that left didn't make it to the wilderness. Everyone that made it to the wilderness didn't make it to the promised land. So in this process, you're going to lose some people. You're going to gain some people. But know that at the end, that promised land, what you know to be true, what you could, when you close your eyes, you can see yourself. You can visualize yourself. You know it. You feel it in your belly.
Wow.
But that journey is not easy. If I sit here and I tell my clients, I'm like, it's going to be easy. Don't worry about it. It's going to be easy. It's not. It's not going to be easy. Like I said, you take that journey of the children of Israel when they left. That was not an easy task. But
they had to proceed.
Confirmation that you have to proceed. You cannot. There's no way that we can go back because Pharaoh is not happy. And if you do come back, you might die. You can't go back. That's that. Like I said, when you looking at your old self, you trying to go back to what you was. It might kill you trying to be who you were.
Stop there. It could have killed them. It should have killed them. It would have killed them, but they proceeded to move forward. Okay, go ahead.
Shall I proceed?
Yes, indeed.
So you keep proceeding, and then even to the point, when they got in the desert and the people that were complaining, while you are in your standing still, you will hear people complaining. They are not going to co-sign on the vision of you moving forward. They are going to continuously remind you of the good old days. And even when you know there wasn't the good old days, but they will. So even while you're in that place where you're standing still, you have all of that naysaying, which is why I said, stay excited, stay motivated about the procession. And then once you get there, celebrating, understanding that this was already prepared for me. And it's just so important for you to continue to don't look back. Do not look back. We visit the past in therapy. I said we visit the past, but we live in the future. We look forward. We live in the present. I'm sorry. We visit the past, we live in the future, and we look forward to the present. Because it's a state of mind. It's a state of being, and we are stronger than we believe we are. We know what to expect. He has already given us everything that we need. When my clients come in, I was like, I'm not here to change anything. I'm not here to give you a new path of believing. You have what you need. I'm here to give you the confidence. I'm like that pat on your back. I'm that push, right? Right. At the small of your back. I'm the person that's saying, nope, don't you look back. No, you can't stay there. Oh, that was great. Yeah, but I need you to focus on where you are right now, the progress that we need to make. We'll talk about some of the stuff in the past because it'll make you understand why you are where you are right now. And we might be able to identify the places that you got stuck, but it's only to visit. We visit the past. We live in the present, and we look forward to the future. So shall I proceed? Yes. Indeed. Yes, indeed.
I promise I won't rap the whole song. Shall I proceed? Yes, indeed. I'm going to throw you up to you. Okay, let me get back to what we were talking about. So this morning was day 6, and Mia gave us the word proceed. She told us that the word proceed, one of the second definitions that she gave us, which actually the 2 that you said was 2 of the ones that I wrote down as well, but it goes exactly what Push told us. And it says move forward, especially after reaching a certain point. You can't get to one point and stay there. You have to continue to proceed. She also told us that our life is in 3 phases. And only way you're going to get to the next life is if you are proceeding, if you are pushing forward. You can't stay with your old self. You are in your present self, but then you have to proceed and push your way to your future self. She also mentioned to us that the word proceed tells us that we must have patience. And that's actually one of my P words that I'll be doing in these. You didn't know that, but that is one of the P words for these 15 days. And it's so amazing how God just brings back all of the words of the 31 days of read that we did last year, and then P words that my guests are mentioning, not knowing that that is one of the P words that I'll be giving. R is for recovery. We said that last year, that some of us enter into the recovery room. You're going to need to recover. Now we can look at recover 2 ways. But last year we said that we know that when we enter the recovery room, we are being healed again. We are being whole again. That is our time to get back everything we've lost. So you recover. O says we have to be open. We have to be open-minded. She said, keep your windows open. Keep your possibilities open. Sometimes we close the doors too early on people and things, and then we shut them out, and now they can't get in because now we know is no longer open. C was being confident. And I know sometimes in life we have all struggled or will struggle with the word confident. It wasn't all the time that you stood in a room and stood with confidence with people standing around you.
Right.
I talk to people, you and I both have clients, and they say, how do you get up and speak in front of a crowd of people? And I say, y'all don't know, I be scared as you know what.
Nervous every single time.
Stomach boiling.
This vein right here tells you how nervous I am.
But know that you know that you know that you can do all things through Christ who strengthens you. So he has given you the confidence that you need to do the things that he has called you to do. E was expectations. Come with expectations. A lot of times we'll say in church, we'll say, did you come expecting God to do something? Or when you're hosting an event, they'll say, what are you expecting to get out of this? Well, that should be the same way you are looking at your life. What am I expecting to happen? What are my expectations for myself? I know that I deserve better than this. I know whether it's with a person, whether it's with a job, whether it's with just a situation.
You show up differently when you have an expectation.
Right, exactly. So you begin to move those things out of the way and say, you know what, I expect more from me. If I don't expect more from me, then why should I expect more from them? Because we want to give people expectations that we want them to meet, but we're not meeting our own personal expectations for ourselves. We'll settle, we'll sit, we will stay in the past, or we'll, like you say, sit in the present, but we're not expecting a future.
Right.
So we want to make sure that we stay expectant. The other E was excited. You got to be excited for where you're going. I know that I am. If there is no excitement, then why are you proceeding? Why are you pushing? Why are you praying? Why are you praising? Why are you being positive? Why are you planning if you are not excited for what's getting ready to take place for you? If you are not excited, you're going to wake up mad, try to go back to bed and try
to reset.
Right, exactly. But be excited. If you are not excited, I tell people this all the time. If you're not excited for your own business or your own plans,
you can't expect nobody else to get excited about it. Come on now.
So I want everybody to be yay, 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 but I'm over here like this.
Excited, invested, all of that.
Go sit down. Have several seats. Do try it again, because it's not gonna work that way. You have to bring the excitement you want in your life. Mill and I are Sagittarius, and I know for me, I'm a very adventurous person, and I didn't realize that until I just randomly do things. I'll drive out of town. I'll do those things, but I gotta be excited. I can't live life like you say, worrying about the past. I have to be excited for my future, because my past has pushed me to where I needed to be. Last but not least, D, your destiny.
Right.
You have a destiny, but only way you are going to get there if you proceed with purpose. As Mia was saying, she's that little push in your back. And as all of this is unfolding in these 15 days that we're doing this, something has to happen when you proceed. It already told us in the definition that proceeding is moving forward, especially after reaching a certain point. Yes, let's celebrate when we made it to point A.
Right.
There are 25 more alphabets all the way to Z. So you have to continue to proceed to get to your destination. There is a destination waiting for each and every one of us. But if we go back to the three selves, if we stay back in the past, we won't get there. Don't look back. Because you can't look back and walk forward.
No, you have to get that crick out of your neck.
Right. Don't sit in the present and be stuck.
Right.
And be excited and be ready for the future you. Be excited and be ready for the future you. Shall I proceed?
Yes, indeed.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So Mia, if you can give them one more nugget just to wrap this all up, what would you tell them?
I would tell them that I'm going to go back to what I initially said. You have everything you need. The limitations that you have set are the limitations that you have set on yourself. You are your biggest obstacle. So if
Mm.
you can get yourself out of the way, then
Mm-hmm.
you'll be able to proceed and go in a direction that has already been mapped out for you. It
Mm-hmm.
is a clear course, but sometimes we make decisions that throw us off course. We doubt, we're in fear, all of those other words come into play that
Mm-hmm.
stops us from proceeding.
Mm-hmm.
Know that you are exactly where you should be because it's a process. So continue to put one foot in front of the other,
Mm-hmm.
believing that you are on the right path,
Mm-hmm.
believing that all of the people that are surrounding you right now, if they are not pouring into you, if they are not high-fiving you, they're not making sure that you are surrounded with the possibilities of proceeding and moving forward, then
Mm-hmm.
you need to go find a new circle, because they always say look at the 5 people that surround you or the 3 people that are around you, your closest friend, see what they're doing, and it'll tell you exactly what you're doing. So in order for you to proceed, you have to evaluate too and see what's happening in your circle and around you. But the most important thing is don't stay still. Do not stay still.
Mm-hmm.
There are seasons where you stand still and you listen, but there is a forward movement. And I always use this analogy with my clients to bring it home for them. We live on a planet that changes 4 times in a year.
Yes.
4 times: summer, spring, winter, and fall. So the audacity of the human man to believe that life is going to be the same all the time, that I won't go through all of these changes and seasons and things will not come and go, that, we get interrupted or aggravated when things aren't consistently going in a certain direction. The earth needs a reprieve. So
Mm.
your life is part of that beautiful cycle. So
Mm-hmm.
understand that you are going to go through it, but please believe that you are going to come out on the other side, that you're going to be able to continue to move with the cycle of what God has created.
Mm-hmm.
You are part of this system. You are part of what makes us who we are. You are part of this planet. And if it
Mm-hmm.
needs 4 processes, you might have 7. It depends on, you know
But
what I mean?
listen, that's just the 4th season. We still have 12 months.
Right.
We have a new year.
Weeks, days,
Right.
365 days. Right. Right. So just be prepared and shall you proceed?
Yes, indeed. So again, we thank you, Mia. We thank you, Minister St. Tia, for the word proceed, for the word proceed. Please tell our guests where they can find you.
So I have my Instagram, which is a new way, ANNEW.way, which is on Instagram. You can kind of like hit me up. I
Mhm.
have an office in Hollandale Beach Boulevard, and I don't know my office number by head,
Mhm.
by memory. And I am updating my Facebook page because it was Live Your Best Life Now. But as you guys know, after that song came out, they took my Live Your Best, and I'm sure it was out before that, but it has taken it to a whole nother level. And
Right.
everybody just associated with the song. So I have to change it to a new way, because I always tell my clients, I'm not telling you that my way is the right way and
Mhm.
your way is the wrong way, but I want you to explore a new way with me. Just let's go a new way. And so it's a new way. It's on Hollandale Beach Boulevard. I have hours. I see clients. I do it based on your schedule because I am a mom of 3. So I know trying to take time for that self-care, to kind of
Mhm.
sit back and say, what is it that I need to do for me?
Mhm.
As women sometimes, and as men, we put ourselves on the back burner. So, my hours are pretty flexible. And so just give me a call if you are ready to take that step to help, find that the way to proceed. If you just need somebody to hold your hands or a push in the back, I'm a licensed marriage and family therapist. So, it is, a clinical practice. You are going to see somebody that is going to use clinical methodologies to kind of help you move forward, and kind of evaluate, where you are,
Mhm.
versus where you need to be. It's all about the mental health, during this time. we are seeing a surge in people that just need someone to talk to, because now we've been home, we've been in, and we realize maybe things with our children that we didn't notice before because we were always on the move. We noticed things with ourselves that we didn't realize before because we didn't have enough time to just sit still for a minute because we were always on the move.
On the go.
Yes. Everything, the mental health providers are like, anxiety, depression, there's a lot going on right now. So don't be afraid to reach out. Don't be afraid to do something about what you're experiencing, because it is within your control.
Okay. Well, we thank you. I thank you. I love you. I appreciate the word proceed. As mentioned, every day, exactly right here at 7:30. Today is day 6 with Manushka St. Teal, better known as Mia. And she gave us the word proceed. As you know, this is my Push with Purpose series. Something has to happen. Something has to happen. So the P today was proceed. Proceed until something happens. Something will happen. Proceed with purpose. Proceed with purpose. Make sure while you are proceeding, you are checking your purpose. You just don't want to move with no purpose. You don't go to the store without a purpose. You don't go to the schools without a purpose. You just don't do that. Like, I'm gonna just go. No, normally you're going for something. So
Right.
with that being said, we want to make sure that we are. Oh wow! I'm so glad you were able to get on, Kentoya. We want you to proceed in this season, as she said. In this pandemic, a lot of things are going on, but we want to show people. We want to show people that are watching us that they must continue to proceed. You can't stop. And even if you stop, you can't stay there. Even
Right.
if you have to say, I just need a break, it's okay.
Right.
But don't stay there.
Stay there. Don't get
Get
stuck.
somebody, call me, call Mia, call my other guests that have been on to help give you that little push. Because on day 1, we found out that the word push actually goes with the same word proceed, because they both said that we must move forward. Pushing causes you to move forward. Pushing causes you to get things out of the way, get people out of the way. So while you are pushing, you are proceeding to your next level. Make sure if you are just joining, you go back and you watch this video, because she gave us the acronyms of proceed: patience, recovery, open, confident, expectation, excited, and destiny. I look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow morning at exactly 7:30 a.m. Exactly 7:30 a.m. Mia, I love you, girl.
Love you too. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. Thank you. Make sure you guys follow her on Instagram. Follow her on Instagram. A New Way.
A New Way. ANNEW. I had to get creative. Somebody already had the spell.
Okay, so what she'll do is she'll be so kind and drop the actual correct spelling in the comments. So we'll make sure that we follow A New Way, A New Way. I pray that you got something out of this today. I pray that you understand that you must continue to push your way to purpose, but you must proceed as day 6 told us. It is okay to stop, but it is not okay to stay. Do not look back. And if you do, you keep moving, because you can't walk forward looking back.
Right.
While you are in your present place, don't get stuck. But be excited about your future place. Because as she told you, that there is a promise for you in the end. Right. Shall I proceed?
Yes, indeed.
Happy Wednesday, guys. Have an amazing Wednesday. We love you. Mwah, 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 mwah.
Love you.
Bye.
Bye.